So it's 2018 and everyone wants big displays, small bezels. The equation seems quite simple, right? Except if you're a smartphone maker, not so much. It's not that easy to tuck away customary parts of the phone that need to be present on the front, or let me just put it this way, we don't really have the tech to do it in an efficient way yet. Of course, there's the notch which Essential introduced and then a giant from Cupertino popularized, but that's mostly meh. Enter Vivo with some cutting edge tech, you know, the under-screen fingerprint scanner, the pop-up cameras, all that good stuff, and it's nice to see brands try something different and unconventional. Continuing that trend of doing something different, the Vivo V11 Pro is here and it retains the under-screen fingerprint scanner and replaces the conventional notch with an ever so small cutout consisting of just the front-facing camera with everything else tucked away. Not just cosmetics, but the Vivo V11 Pro has some compelling specifications under the hood as well. But is it compelling enough for you to shell out your money and get one for yourself? Let's unbox and take a closer look at the Vivo V11 Pro, coming up next on TechPP.com. Hey guys, this is Sumukh from TechPP, and before I start cribbing about why Vivo is still sticking to micro USB on the V11 Pro, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to give us a place in your notification drawer each time we upload a video. Also, there's another button down there, you know, something like this. Make sure you hit that as well. Cutting through the usual plastic and stuff, we find some documentation, SIM ejector pin, a snug TPU case, then comes the phone itself covered in plastic, and once we get it off, damn, that back looks stunning. We then unfortunately have a micro USB cable, rant about that later on, and earpod style earphones, and finally an 18-watt wall adapter. Also, something worth mentioning is that there's a pre-installed screen protector. Let's now switch cameras and focus on the phone itself. To the front, we have a 6.41-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels, which translates to Full HD Plus and an aspect ratio of 19.5:9, thanks to the water drop style notch at the top, which houses the front-facing camera. The camera itself is a 25-megapixel unit with an aperture of f/2.0. The chin at the bottom seems pretty thin as well, according to Android phone standards, so that's a plus. Also on the front is an IR illuminator to assist with face unlock, so it's commendable how Vivo has fit in so much electronics in such less space. The earpiece is embedded on the top bezel too, with the usual sensors surrounding it. The back on the Vivo V11 Pro seems to be made of polycarbonate, so easy to dismiss that, isn't it? But oh boy, does it look fantastic. Vivo calls this the Starry night, and when you look at it up close, you'll know why. It's a bluish tint when you look at the phone as is, but when the surroundings are lit, you notice this purplish hue with some glitter, giving it the night sky look. Alright, enough of raving about the back. We have dual 12+5 megapixel camera module, with the latter being used for depth sensing, followed by the Vivo branding. The rest of the back is clean, as the fingerprint scanner now sits under the display. Vivo's V series smartphones are quite popular, and by introducing the under-display fingerprint scanner on a popular phone, Vivo is enabling more users to experience latest technology, so that's appreciable. All your usual buttons and ports are present, and there's support for 2 SIMs and an SD card, and that's a big plus for many. But there is still one thing which is still inexplicable. Vivo has checked almost all the boxes right. They've almost gotten rid of the notch, they have an under-display fingerprint scanner, and they're one of the first OEMs to do it. But guess what? They're still sticking to micro USB. They switched to Type-C on the next, and I was glad they have moved on, but they are back to micro USB here. It's true that I don't really have a solid reasoning as to why the presence of micro USB is a deal breaker, but it's surely an eyesore in an otherwise well-embellished specification sheet. Anyhow, moving on to performance, the V11 Pro has a Snapdragon 660 chip at the heart, and Vivo has used this chip in the past on the X21, and it's undoubtedly a very capable chip. In our little usage, we found the day-to-day as well as intensive tasks were handled smoothly, and when coupled with 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, performance is expected to be a strong suit of the V11 Pro. The software, however, isn't the best. Those of you who've seen our Vivo Next review, which if you haven't, you can find it here, you know how much I loathe the FunTouch OS and all its shortcomings. The iOS-like interface, bad translations, well, it is feature-rich, I give it that, but lackluster nonetheless. The battery is rated at 3400 mAh, which does seem promising. Like most unboxings, we do not have the official pricing yet, but we are expecting Vivo to price the V11 Pro around the 25 to 26,000 rupee mark, and though that segment was quite stagnant not too long ago, we now have the Poco F1, which offers crazy value for money with the flagship Snapdragon 845, great cameras, huge battery, basically an almost complete package. There's also the Nokia 7 Plus if you're into stock Android, and for a slight stretch, you can also grab the Asus Zenfone 5Z, which again is a flagship grade device. But the Vivo V11 Pro is banking on innovative design, a crazy display, and the fingerprint scanner underneath that. If you wish to see a full review of the Vivo V11 Pro, or a comparison of sorts maybe, hit us up in the comment section below, and until next time, may the tech be with you.